Good afternoon, everyone. Today we come up with a nice topic on work-life balance. To discuss this topic, we have our panel members having very good corporate experience and done a lot of things in their life. Let me introduce Bharat and hi Bharat.
Yeah, hi Sasi.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Shekhar, working as a senior data scientist and close to 5+ years of corporate experience. I am more interested in your personal development and the reading books. Bharat, why don't you share some introduction about yourself?
Sure, Sasi. A very good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Bharat, as Sasi mentioned. I'm currently working as a QA lead with a service-based company. I have around 9 years of corporate experience. Along with that, I'm also a body transformation specialist. The past 2 years, I've helped around 50 plus people to transform their body in a healthy way. So that's a quick introduction about me. And thank you so much, Sasi, for having me here today.
Thank you, Bharat. Shrikant, can you share your intro about to our audience, please?
Sure, Ceci. Greetings, everyone. So, my name is Shrikant, and I'm a software engineer who has 3 years of corporate experience. And I am specialized in areas like cloud and stuff. And as well, I'm an individual who is interested in reading books, playing guitar, and sharing my knowledge with folks. So, that's pretty much about me. And it's wonderful to talk to you all.
That's great, Shrikant. As you already know, today's our topic is work-life balance. These days, everyone's slogan is I don't have a time, especially in these COVID times. Our schedule is filled with more of a professional activities. Work-life balance is not adding extra works, it's adding a more life to us. For example, hitting the gym after the work, having dinner with your family, playing cricket with your buddies on Sundays, are for women in particular about balancing childcare with career advancement. Lot of people are having very imbalanced schedule with the mix of both personal and professional activities. We have our panel members who are doing exceptional good by maintaining both personal and professional activities. Shrikant, I just want to ask you a question. I know you are practicing guitar and reading multiple books and initiating book club activities with international folks for a long time. Though your busy schedule, how you are managing all these activities?
Right. Thank you, Ceci. So, I might not be an exceptional person, like you said, at managing time, but I could say I am decent and good at managing this work-life balance, right? So, I would say when you talk about work-life balance, it basically starts with the sleep, at least for me. So, because sleep is the main aspect that keeps us moving around your whole daytime, right? So, when you sleep, basically there is something called chronotype. There is this doctor called Michael Bruce who is specialized in this sleep analysis and stuff. We see him in Mind Valley and things, right? So this guy has a chronotype tests. So this says the type of sleeper you are. You might be early riser or late night bird, or there is other types called dolphin and bear. So I happen to be a bear type who goes to bed at 11 p.m. and then wakes up at 7 a.m. So my schedule will be as soon as I wake up, I hit the gym and then I come back, read few books, and then start the work. So basically, you need to figure out what your chronotype is basically. Then you should go according to that to your sleep so that you will be following in accordance with your body's rhythm, right? If we call it circadian rhythm. And then the second step is prioritization. So you need to prioritize your tasks accordingly. You need to first identify your goals and then prioritize them in the need, right? And then the most mistake that everyone does and misses is the step three. What they miss is giving some time for the unnecessary things. And these unnecessary things are the things that we love most, like maybe watching Netflix, talking to friends. I wouldn't say unnecessary, but those are might not be productive all the time, right? So for these things, you should allocate a few time, like couple of hours or 1 hour based on your schedule, and then you should kind of let those things fall into that place so that they won't consume your priorities, right? And the keyword here is harmony, not balance, because at balance there will always be fixed amount of time, whereas in harmony you will be shifting between. Sometimes you might read more time and then work on time, sometimes you might extend your work a little and read less. So you need to be able to make that harmony instead of fixed balance amount of time. So that's what I would say about this, Sashi.
Wow, what a nice point that you shared, Srikant. It's really amazing. So chronotype is one of the new word that I hear from the past a month of ago. So there I get to know I am a bear type. So when I just researched about the same topic, every person having their individual own personal sleep timings. Let's suppose I'm not a morning wake up guy. I used to wake up at the 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or 9 o'clock. Even when I'm in the childhood days, my dad he used to hit me. Why you are just sleeping all the time? Just wake up early in the morning and study all the mathematics, all the subjects. But somehow that's not make me realize to wake up at early in the morning. But somehow I'm a bear type. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Srikant. Okay. Bharat, I just wanted to ask you one question. I know you are a family person and having a lot of responsibilities in that. You are a personal mentor coach, health coach, and running a multiple book club groups successfully. How you are managing and leveraging your schedule in a smarter way with your busy office schedule?
Sure, Sasi. Thank you so much for this wonderful question. So first thing first is like see my office schedule is kind of starts in the evening time. So it's basically I'm in an afternoon shift. So I have my whole morning there for me to utilize in my other things. So first thing is like I was lucky enough to identify my passion, which is fitness. And so it's like a daily routine for me. I don't have to think too much of doing this passion related things, right? So you don't get tired of doing the things that you like most. So that is one thing. And next thing is like a couple of years ago I met Supra, who is very good good at multitasking. Basically all ladies are good at very multitasking. So that's how I got this quality of doing multiple things, because initially as all guys are, they may not be very good in multitasking, right? They always focus in one particular thing. So that's how I started learning multitasking. And along with that, this around the same time I got in touch with the PIM team, like Kiran, Vijay, who are very good at multitasking because of the experience that they have. So I started surrounding myself with these people day in day out. So that's how I started learning from them, like how to prioritize on things, how to give time to the things that you like, and how to give time to the things that are important in your life. Like obviously work you cannot neglect, right? So you need to give proper time to it, and apart from that, find out some time where you can do things that you basically love. Okay, in the beginning it was like a bit difficult for me, but then again when I started doing it regularly, then I realized that this is what something I do it like I like it. That's how it became easy. And coming to the book club and other initiatives, right, that actually how fitness is my passion. Like Supra passion is into mentoring and coaching people. She takes that initiative, I just support her. I just give like 1 hour in a week, basically just join the session. And anyway I do read books, right? So I just share my knowledge in that book club session. So that's how I do it. To summarize again, basically I surrounded myself with people who are very good at multitasking. I started learning from them. I wouldn't say that I've I'm already great at it, but every day like one day at a time I start learning about multitasking and prioritizing my things. Yeah.
Wow, awesome, Bharat. Seriously. I think you are one of the example if we surrounded with the growth minded people. That's a nice point that you have shared. And to add one more point, couple of the points. So we need to understand what is our state of mind. So when we are just spending a quality time with our family, our state of mind needs to be focused on our family and not thinking about all the professional works. When we are working with the professional work, our state of mind needs to be doing all the office works, not about all the family works. So every time when we are focusing anything, our state of mind needs to be on the single thing, not on the multiple thing. That's how all the multitasking, all the people are just successful more and more in their life. Thanks for the sharing on this, Bharat. Okay. Ashikant, I just wanted to ask you one more question. How you will prioritize your day-to-day activities in a more effective way and share some suggestions with us.
Sure, Ceci. So actually, I would start this point with what Bharat has told. You need to identify your goals first, right? So for anything to prioritize to order, you need to have some things in the first place. So you need to identify your passion and list some goals for you. So once you list your goals, then the prioritization starts, right? So I usually use two mechanisms for prioritization. We call them prioritization techniques. I'll quickly share my screen and show you a couple of images that help you understand how do I prioritize stuff. So basically, the first kind of prioritization technique I use is important versus urgent. So if you see this image, there are two quadrants, I mean, two sections. One is urgency, other one is importance, right? So we need to assess our tasks across the urgency and importance. So basically, our most important task will be quadrant one, where it will be important as well urgent, right? But somehow we end up doing quadrant four, which is not at all urgent and not at all important. Like we want to talk to some friends, we want to watch Netflix, even though it's not priority of the day, we sometimes start with those things, right? So you need to prioritize things based on these quadrants. And then comes unimportant yet urgent. One of your colleague might call you all of a sudden and says, Shri, I need this, it's very urgent. But if you ask the question, is it important? Of course no, it's just urgent for him, that's it. It doesn't make any productivity out of it. So those things fall under quadrant 2, which means 2 and 4 basically not the things that you should focus on in the beginning, right? So you need to focus on things which fall into quadrant 1 and 3, which are importance. So I usually segregate my task based on these quadrant sections and I focus on 1 and 3. And then, like I said in the beginning, I have a set amount of time for the unnecessary things or unexpected things. I kind of move those into quadrant 4. So all the things which are in the quadrant 4 moves into that unnecessary time boxing, right? And the second mechanism, some people might say, I cannot simply prioritize between two important things, right? So you might have three important things, two important things. How do I prioritize which is one and two? Then I'll go a little bit deeper at these contexts. And then I use another mechanism. This is called paired comparison analysis. What I do here is I just put down my goals directly in x-axis and y-axis, and then I give them a rating, right? So if I say customer service or employee training, which I matter most, then let's say I assume customer service, right? I'll give it a here, and then I'll give number from 1 to 3, 1 being the least, 3 being the highest priority. So if I compare between employee training and customer service, how much do I value customer service is 3, then I give a comma 3, right? Which is a in this direction. So in the same way, I'll give the priority for each task in the comparison analysis. And in the end, the graph looks like this. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add up the values for each one. So now if you see, D is my highest priority task, or C is my first priority task followed by D, then comes A. And if you observe, B is not actually a priority task at all, right? So this is what we call a comparison analysis, which helps us understand in a detailed way of prioritization. And then this is how I finish my second part of my schedule, which being sleep, prioritization, and time boxing. This is the second part, techniques. So this is how I would do the things, Sissy. Thank you.
Wow, what a detailed manner you explained, Srikan. It's really like a mesmerizing thing for me. Prioritizing the things in a smarter way with proper documenting the things is kind of like extraordinary thing. Maybe a lot of successful having this is a success formula, maybe, and you're duplicating the same thing. That's nice to hear you from Srikan. Bharat, I just wanted to ask you one more question. How effectively and smartly manage office works with full justification to that and get maximum amount of time to spend on our passionable works?
Sure, Sasi. Actually, couple of years back, I've attended one of PIM sessions by Vijay. So in that, Vijay has clearly mentioned about time management activity. So దాంట్లో ఏంటంటే 24 hours ఉంటాయి కదా. సో మార్నింగ్ మనం లేచినప్పటి నుంచి ప్రతి 1 hour కి మనం ఏం చేసామో దాన్ని నోట్ డౌన్ చేయాలన్నమాట. సో అట్ ది ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద డే యూ లుక్ బ్యాక్ అండ్ సీ యూ విల్ గెట్ టు నో 1 hour లో ఏం జరిగిందని. సో దాని ద్వారా మనకి తెలుస్తుంది అనమాట అట్లీస్ట్ లైక్ 3 to 4 hours I mean, it'll be nothing. Just roam from here and there. The hour got over. I just drank some water or looked around, gazed around. Hour got over. So అట్లా క్లియర్ గా తెలుస్తుంది అనమాట. ఒక 3-4 hours ఎటువైపు వెళ్ళట్లేదని. ఓకే, అండ్ దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ థింగ్ లైక్ శ్రీకాంత్ కూడా మెన్షన్ చేశారు కదా, ఇఫ్ యువర్ ప్రయారిటీస్ అండ్ గోల్స్ ఆర్ క్లియర్, రైట్, సో విల్ స్టార్ట్ థింకింగ్ అబౌట్ ఇట్ ఇన్ దట్ డైరెక్షన్. సో ప్రయారిటీస్ గోల్స్ క్లియర్ గా ఉన్నాయి. ఆల్సో నాకు 3-4 hours ఖాళీగా ఉన్నాయి డేలో, సో ఏం చేయొచ్చు. సో ఐ స్టార్టెడ్ ప్లానింగ్ ఇన్ దట్ డైరెక్షన్ వాట్ ఐ కెన్ డూ ఇట్. సో నాకు ఇష్టం వచ్చింది ఏంటంటే వర్కౌట్. సో ఈ పాండమిక్ వలన ఏంటంటే ది ట్రావెల్ టైమ్ గాట్ రెడ్యూస్డ్ బై 3-4 hours, రైట్. సో ఆ 3-4 hours ఎక్స్ట్రాలో ఏంటంటే దేర్ ఆర్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ whom I associated with, like lot of coaches. I'm also part of this organization called as Workout to Burnout. So వాళ్ళు ఏంటంటే they started a online workout sessions. So that's how I joined them, and we started giving online workout sessions. So that's how I started managing my things. First thing is like and then I started investing in myself. Disc evaluation అనేది I did it. It's a profile evaluation. దాని ద్వారా ఏంటంటే I got to know my strengths. సో నా స్ట్రెంగ్స్ వచ్చేసి ఐ బి వెరీ కన్సిస్టెంట్ విత్ మై రొటీన్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. సో అవన్నీ తెలిసిన తర్వాత ఏంటంటే ఐ జస్ట్ హ్యాడ్ టు ప్రిపేర్ అ ప్లాన్ అండ్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ ఇట్. అండ్ నాకైతే అసలు ఏ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉండవు అనమాట. ఒక ప్లాన్ ఉంది, నువ్వు అది రోజు ఫాలో అవ్వాలంటే ఐ జస్ట్ బ్లైండ్లీ ఫాలో ఇట్. సో ఆ డిస్క్ ఇవాల్యుయేషన్ చేయడం వల్ల నాకు కొన్ని స్ట్రెంగ్స్ అనేవి తెలిసింది అనమాట. దాని ద్వారా ఆ ప్లాన్ అనేది వచ్చి ఆల్సో ఐ డిస్కస్డ్ విత్ మై మెంటర్స్. So one good thing is like I started talking to them. They gave me feedback and everything. So that's how I was able to prioritize things and do multiple things. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to share. I hope whatever I shared, right, at least like 1-2 points you can get it, and you can implement it in your personal life. Yeah. Thank you, Sasi.
Wow, what a beautiful statement that you had shared, Bharat. Thanks for sharing a valuable insights to us. Every day making a to-do list and not to-do list is very important for everyone. So we need to understand what is our priorities and how to add a lot different weightage components to each priority, and assigning in a sorted manner and doing the work in a smarter way. That's what the lot of successful folks are doing, and that's what the Bharat is also sharing the points. Yeah, I think just we are end of the session. I think we are done with the different kind of questions. So I just add a couple of points. So most of the successful people as having the one common trend. The common trend is the reading the books. So a lot of successful folks are reading at least 5 to 6 books per week. I think that is a very hard for me, but I'm just improvising myself on that. But reading the books, having your mind develop in a more intellectual manner. So that's what I just wanted to share. Bharat, Srikanth, if you want to share anything, you can just add some points here.
From my side, Sasi, like only like couple of things is basically to surround yourself with people who are doing like multiple things. If not today, right, maybe after a year at least we'll learn from them. So that's the environment that we are surrounded is very important. Yeah, so that actually personally helped me in my life. So that's one good tip that I can give for everyone. So basically just surround yourself with people who are always hustling. So that will help you for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Bharat.
I totally agree with Bharat as well, because it's a positive peer group that makes the difference. That's what we call it, positive mind group or positive peer group, right? So the more you surround yourself with the like-minded people, or the ones whom you want to be like, the more you will end up being those people. The chances are high, right? That's one thing. And the second thing, Bharat was talking about disc assessment, right? So I was reading a couple of books about this. So those books were called Surrounded by Idiots and Surrounded by Psychopaths. I mean, it might sound weird for the titles, but then it explains two aspects of this disc assessment. One helps you understand what a disc personality is, and the other one helps you understand how people use the disc personality to exploit you, right? So if you ever go across disc assessment and wanna get a deeper understanding, you can give a shot about these books, or of course anytime they can reach out to Bharat, since he has a good expertise on this area, right? So those are the couple of things I want to share. And thank you so much for organizing this.
Wow. Thank you for sharing a valuable insight, Srikanth. I hope it added a lot of values to everyone. Guys, if you are listening to us and having any questions, please drop a comment or reach out to us personally. And we really wanted to know your view on this, and so that we can able to improvise on these areas. Thanks for everyone for joining the live session. And the next week we are coming up with a new concept, and let's rock there. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. Have a good rest of the weekend.